Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'll do another chat video because I literally have not done a chit chat video in the longest time, and I feel like I've literally just been going through so much that I just had no time to sit down and talk to you guys. And actually I do miss doing the chit chat videos and also writing on my blogs. I'm gonna get back to writing on my blog soon, and I thought I would talk about comparison. And I don't know if I should do this like as a story time or just talking about comparison in general, but I feel like it's just a topic that's just on my mind recently and at the moment. So I don't know. Yeah, where do I begin? Guys have any ideas, any suggestions of any videos you'd like me to do or anything that you'd like me to talk about, just write in the description, just write in the comments down below, or just let me know. If you have my number or my Snapchat, you can just snap me and just let me know. So yeah, I just want to talk about comparison, and I feel like in this day and age it's so easy to compare yourself. Like, I bet in my parents' days, because there was not, social media was not as big, or it wasn't really there, and it wasn't as popular as it is with, they literally, if they wanted to communicate with someone, if they wanted to talk to someone, they would not Facebook them, they would literally either give them a call or go and pay them a visit. But now I feel like social media has literally taken, like, it's literally bridged the gap between having conversations. So my journey of comparison has literally been the longest of journeys, and ever since I could remember, when I was young, I used to awfully compare myself to other people. And I think comparison stems from not feeling good within yourself and just feeling like someone else has got something that you want, or someone is better than you, or you can never amount to anything more than someone else. So for me, it's literally been a part of my life. I would say it's kind of taken up majority of my life. And when I say that, I mean in terms of self-esteem, having low self-esteem, having like self-hate and not feeling good about myself. So then for the longest of times, I've always thought other people's lives were way better than mine, and I never really liked myself or loved anything that I ever did. And even if I did something, I wouldn't think it was as good. So like literally, I think comparison, that's one issue with comparison, is just not feeling good and just feeling like other people are doing way better than you are doing. I think the best way that I could put everything that I am saying is, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this quote, that comparison is the thief of joy. And it actually really is, because the time you spend comparing yourself to other people, the more joy is being sipped out of you, the more unhappy you become, the more sad you become about your life, and you think that, oh, this person's life looks so perfect and mine is the opposite. And in reality, there's nothing such as perfect. Perfect does not exist. A lot of people are going to show you highlight reels of their life, and whatever they show you is only 10% of what's going on. The rest of the 90% that happens behind closed doors, they're never going to show you that. Like, I could put pictures on pictures and pictures, and you could just go on my timeline and it could all look crisp and perfect. But if I told you, like, what has actually happened throughout this whole year, you would know that literally a lot of people are not going to put the bad stuff up on social media. They're not going to put the struggles that they go through, or some people will, but majority of people are not going to put all the struggles that they go through. They're not going to show you the tough times, they're just going to show you the end product. And that is literally how people present you. They present you the end product 90% of the time. So that's why sometimes a lot of us get shocked to see that someone that we're following, when they go through something like tragic or something drastic happens, we're like, well, like, how can that happen? They looked so perfect. Or how did these people break up? They looked so perfect. How come she suffers from depression? She looked so happy. How come she committed suicide? Like, she looked so happy. I mean, this person could be the richest person you know, but all that money can never bring happiness. So what you see is not always what you get. And I thought I'd make this video because I just want to encourage you guys to love yourself, because I think the main thing that you need to do in order to stop comparing yourself with others is to first love who you are, to literally fully love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to look outside to others and think that you should become like them in order for you to be as good as them, or for you to be perfect. That is not your authentic self, because if you're going to copy what someone else is doing, or if you're going to look at someone else and say, oh, I wish I was like that person, the thing is, you can copy that person on the outside, but then on the inside you can never be like that person. So the first thing you need to do is literally love yourself. And then the next thing you need to do is find out who you are. Like, who are you as a person? Like, what defines you? Like, what makes you you? You know, find yourself. And whether that's like going out, I don't know, going out exploring, going traveling with your friends, or just doing things that you've always wanted to do, to try and find yourself, reading books, like, you know what I mean, like trying to explore and find yourself. And then the third thing is find your purpose, find what you were born to do. And when you find what you were born to do, then you stop comparing yourself to this person and that person, because you know what you're born to do, and that thing that you've been called to do is unique to yourself, and you have your own thing that you chase, that you work hard for, and you go after, and you reap the rewards to it. So I wrote a blog post about comparison, the thief of joy. So if you want to read my blog, I'll link it in the description down below. I've come up with a few points that you can take away so that you can try and stop practicing the art of comparison. Because, you know, like, I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of you like maybe going through it, and sometimes you just stumble into it, you just find yourself doing it. So yeah, so I've already touched up on this, like, what you see is not always what you get. So like I said before, a lot of people are only going to put 10% of the great stuff that happens in their life. Like for me, when I snap, I'm only going to snap about great things. Like, I'm not going to sit there and snap when I'm depressed or when life's hard or anything like that. Like, I won't really do that. So, and not only that, sometimes what I do on Snapchat is if I haven't posted in a while, I'll post like pictures or videos that I haven't posted. Like, say if I went out, or I had like a really great party or something like that and I never posted that day, then a couple of days or a couple of weeks later I'll post and it looks like, oh, I've actually been out, but really and truly I haven't. I'm just posting for the sake of posting. Social media is literally a highlight reel. A beautiful picture that someone posts is not going to show you how depressed, how much self-hate they're going through, or like they might be having family problems. It's not going to show you that, because for me, I can come up here and I can put makeup on and I can take all these pictures, but you're never really going to know what I'm going through. I could be going through a bad time and I can still put on makeup and take the pictures, but it doesn't mean that I'm happy. It doesn't mean that what I'm going through in this moment is good, you know what I mean? Okay, the second thing is there is a time for everything. And when I got to this when I got to this realization, it literally kind of made the comparison thing so much a bit easier for me, because it made me realize that when it's not my time, it's not going to happen. Like, and I'll touch up a bit more on this. So when I graduated, a lot of my friends were either getting engaged, married, moving into the new houses, getting their dream jobs, you know, you get what I mean. But even, to be honest, before I even finished uni, and at that time I was kind of comparing myself to them, and I was thinking, oh my god, like what am I going to do with my life? In that present moment when I finished university, I was thinking, what is the next step? What next step am I going to take? What am I going to do with my life? And it wasn't easy, because people kept asking me, so what are you going to do? Because you always get questions from people, like when you finish A-levels, like, oh, so what uni are you going to go to? What are you going to apply for? And you're like, it's just this constant questions, constant pressure. And then when I was finished, it was like, oh, so what are you going to do with your life? And I'm thinking, I'm over here trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life, and you're asking me what I'm going to do with my life, which obviously I know some people ask because they're concerned, but sometimes in that state I was a bit like feeling very anxious and worried, and all these emotions were going through my head. And not only that, I was comparing myself to other people that I thought seemed like they had it all together, you know what I mean? But then I got to a realization that there's a time for everything. Just because someone is getting married doesn't mean I have to go and get myself a boo and, you know, let's get married because, you know, all my friends are getting married, or all my friends are getting engaged, or all my friends are in a relationship. Like, no, it might be your time to be single, and the right guy will come at the right time. Now it might be time for you to, you know, start working on your business, start working on yourself, you know. Just don't feel like when everything is happening for everyone else that there's something wrong. No, your time will come. Don't get frustrated with your journey and feel like you haven't achieved enough. Don't compare your achievements to Tom, Dick and Harry, and also do not downplay your achievements, because it's so easy to look at what someone else has achieved and downplay what you have achieved. So easy. Just remember to keep grinding and know that your time will soon come. The third thing I want to touch upon is you might not be ready. And what I mean about you not being ready is okay, so we currently live in a fast generation. It's like a lot of people want to get things quick. So they might see someone who's made it and they're like, oh my god, how can I get to that stage in a couple of months? But the thing is, you don't know what that person had to go through to get to that stage. You don't know what struggles they had to go through. You don't know what losses they had to go through. So you just need to be patient and take time to invest in yourself, whether it's reading books, whether it's like joining classes, whether it's taking a course, going back to uni. Like, be patient, take time. Your time will soon come, you know. Like, for example, a pregnant lady, when they find out that they're pregnant, like the joy is so much that they want to meet their baby soon, but the thing is they cannot meet the baby that instant. They need to wait 9 months before they can meet the baby, because that baby has to go through a process. They have to be prepared, they have to grow, like certain organs have to grow in their body, they have to be fully ready. If they come up before the time, there's always complications. So you need to be patient until you're ready. Your time will soon come. The fourth thing is, I would encourage you guys to have a social media detox. I had a social media detox last year around October, I'd say October, November, and I literally completely deleted Snapchat off my phone for like, I think it was around 4 to 5 months. I can't remember how many months it was, and I literally did not snap. I just literally deleted the app because I felt like I was going through the motions. I felt like I was, what I would normally do is when I would go onto Snapchat, I felt like I had to watch every single person's snap, every single person. Like I could not miss out on what happened in the day of this person or that person, and I would feel like if I missed out on a day, I would feel like I had missed out quite a lot. So it just showed me that I was attached, like I was making social media my idol. Like I was really attached to Snapchat, and not only Snapchat, even Instagram. Like I would literally scroll through my Instagram to see what everyone was up to that day, and I would never miss a day. So then I got to, and the thing is, I got to a point where I was like fully comparing myself. Like the comparison became so bad that I was like, no, this has got to stop. You know, like there's nothing wrong with scrolling through like Instagram to catch up on people has done, but if you're comparing if you're comparing your life to their life, then it's an attachment, it becomes your idol, and you just need to take a break from it and detoxify yourself from social media. So I would encourage you guys to have a social media detox, even if it's for like a month. Like, you know, take up something else, read a book, find a hobby, you know. It will teach you so much. It will teach you like how attached you are, and it did for me. It really did. Like now, what if I happen to go on Instagram, I'll go on Instagram. If I don't go on Snapchat today, it's okay. Like I don't feel like, oh my god, I've missed out. No, I go on it when I can go on it. So social media, having a social media detox is really good. My last point is, you know, just be you, just be yourself. Do you know what? It's so easy said than done. Like I could sit here and just say, you know, just be you. And for me, I've struggled the longest to be myself. I was like, just be yourself. But when you start to be yourself and love the person you are, you will not want to compare yourself to anyone else. You will just invest in you to become a better person, to become a better version of yourself. Like Psalms, there's this verse, Psalms 134. I'll read it. Not 134, 139 verse 4. Bear with me, I'm just trying to find it. I should have it in my head, but I want to make sure that I read. I've got it now. So it's Psalm 139 verse 14. It says, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Like this verse has literally been a part of me, especially because I've been going through self-love issues for the longest of times. And if like this verse just says that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, like there's no mistake. God created you the way you are, and if he wanted to create someone else, he would have created that person, but he created you. Like he created me. Like there's no other Esther in the world apart from me. There's no other you in the world apart from you. So you need to love yourself, and just, you know, when you start loving yourself, then happiness follows, and no one can ever tell you anything. Like the way I am right now, no one can ever say anything to me that, oh, you're this, you're ugly, you're this and that, because I know I'm not. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, I am wonderfully made. So you're wonderfully made. Like, the way you are, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent. So why feel the need to compare yourself to another person, or to feel the need to want to look like someone else, when you can just be you and you can just look like yourself? I mean, I would just, like, that is, out of everything I have said, that is like the main thing I want you to take away from this, is to just love yourself. Be you. Be unapologetically you. So yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and have taken a few points from it. It's just something that I really wanted to talk about. If you guys want me to talk about any other topics, I was thinking of talking about self-love, self-hate, dealing with self-hate, dealing with self-love, just a couple of other topics that I have in my mind about talking about. Can't talk right now, but yeah, I've enjoyed talking to you guys. So remember to like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and you know, yeah. See you guys in the next video. Gift that I've ever known, you give me birth.